What is up, guys? Luke here. Hope you are all doing well today. A few little technical issues today with my keyboard randomly dying on me and my new webcam not working, but hopefully you can see me okay, hear me okay. We are all good to go now. And I'm excited for today's webinar. So if you are on this webinar, you are one of our VIP founding training members. So I wanted to say thank you so much for that first and foremost. Hope you guys enjoyed last week's webinar. Put number 1 in the box if you watched last week's webinar already. Number 2, if you haven't, be honest, let me know. George says, did I catch up on my sleep? Look, I have been able to get a few nights longer sleep. It's really interesting during these launch phases where basically for the past 6 months, I've been really working on Profilemate, and specifically the 2 months prior to launch. It's just out of control with things going on. This launch itself, obviously, a lot of affiliates promote this product. So to talk to that many people every single day, being here in Australia, and most of my affiliate partners in America or in different time zones, means I do have to do a lot of all-nighters, because otherwise you just lose a day. If I responded to people in a couple of hours, they're probably asleep. They'll wake up 10, 11 at night my time, and then they'll respond, and then I'll respond the following day if I'm not awake all night. So it has been quite intense, but you know, at the end of the day, it's all worth it, because many of you probably wouldn't be here if I didn't do that, because the people that shared Profilemate with you guys probably wouldn't have got answers from me. And I've got an affiliate manager, Simon Harries. I don't know if some of you guys may know him. However, his business over the past year has gone into a different field. I asked him to come help me on this one, but he has been a bit overwhelmed with his own business, so it has been a bit of a crazy time. But enough about that. Let's talk about today's webinar. I see a lot of you have watched last week's webinar. I did send it out in my actual. I sent it out to you guys into your emails, so just double check, type in like webinar replay, and that should bring it up from my email address there. But I will get onto it though, and I'll put it into the actual members area today or tomorrow, just so you guys can have it there as well. Looking at some questions here. Yes, again, replays been sent out. Most people have watched it so far. Robert says you never got the email. That's super strange. Again, just check your spam and check anywhere else you can as well, because I just use an autoresponder, just like I've been teaching you guys. So everyone that has signed up to Profilemate, and if you are getting other emails from me, you should have that there. But I will send out another replay. And yes, today's webinar is being recorded. I do record all webinars for you guys. However, there is probably 2 times a year when GoToWebinar decides to just kind of crap itself, and then something happens weird with the recording. So I do suggest being here live on these webinars if you can. But yeah, I am excited for today. So let me go ahead and get started. I'll turn my webcam up here so you can actually see the screen a bit bigger when I'm typing and whatnot. But today we're going to be talking about local marketing. And local marketing and Profilemate specifically. Now, every week we're going to go into a different niche. And even if you're not doing local marketing specifically, or you're not doing e-commerce, or you're not doing affiliate marketing, it's worth being on these webinars to watch them, because I will also always talk about ways how things that I'm sharing you related to local marketing will relate to other niches as well, other areas of business. But local marketing is a very, very easy way to get started with Profilemate, because it's the service that really just sells itself. It's not something that really needs a lot of, it doesn't really need a lot of work to actually sell the Profilemate service, because the results it delivers you are just unlike anything else that any local marketing business would have. I wish I had Profilemate when I first started my local marketing business. And the best thing about local marketing, I should start with, if you don't know what local marketing it is, it's essentially going to reaching out to local businesses and having them pay you to do marketing work for them. This is how I started my first consistent profitable business. My first online dollar was from affiliate marketing. I talked about that story last week, but my first consistent profitable business was with my local marketing firm. I'm just having a sip of water. I didn't actually fill it up. I might have to run up a bit later and do that, just so my mouth doesn't get too dry for you guys. And Hassan says, are you going to talk about affiliate marketing today or just local marketing? So like I said, local marketing is today's topic. Every week we're covering one other topic, but I will cover other areas when I'm giving examples related to local marketing. And a couple of other questions here before I get started. One, a lot of people keep on talking about Malvio, which is an autoresponder I shared with you guys last week. If you haven't watched the webinar replay, make sure you do. And then Andrew says here, I'm confused on how getting these emails from Instagram and using them are not spam. They realistically haven't opted into anything. So Andrew, I really suggest watching the webinar 1 if you haven't already. We do cover this. Again, these emails are people that do want to be contacted. They give you permission to contact them. However, you're right in the sense they haven't opted into your audience or into your list yet, really, like you could say yet, but with Instagram, then you need to give approval to be contacted, to be emailed if you want that email provided publicly. That's when we go into building the rapport. Last week we talked about the 6 personalization points, and we can build those very, very easily from the information we can get purely from their Instagram account and with Profilemate. And again, it's about ensuring you don't come across like spam. It's about providing value first. So I always say one thing, and I'll probably write this on every webinar every single week, is that read the message you write as if you were the person getting it. So if you got an email that you're sending out, just always stop and have a look at if you got an email like this that you've written, would that be providing you value or would that be just annoying for you? That's how you need to be thinking. And that's with any form of internet marketing or just marketing in general. No one likes things that annoys them, right? But people will be interested in something that provides value to them. And one of the biggest things you can see, if you go through all your emails from people, see how many have any personalization traits related to you. Anyone that's trying to connect with you, anyone that's mentioned things that you're interested in or build rapport with you. You probably won't see that many that do this well. But when you can do it well, and it's very easy to, you will get some pretty insane results. So, but again, we'll talk about that a bit later on today. And there's a heap of questions coming in here, but I will do this straight after as well with you guys. So in the question and answer time, but I just wanted to go ahead and get started with today's webinar. See, it's correct because I get these questions again. Someone else just said, is there a way to say see last week's webinar? I just covered all that. This replay will be sent out as well, so just we can talk about that again later. I'll answer it again for you, but let's get started with today's training. So local marketing. Now, this is when you go out to local businesses and you then have them pay you to do a service for them. Now, I pulled up one of my local marketing past this one, my local marketing one of my past slides that I did for a webinar not too long ago, and I think I even included this in the LSA course. Again, with the Malvio offer, I mentioned you guys will get that bonus, and you will. We are just ensuring we get every single person into that actual offer for that autoresponder with those insane bonuses that Neil gave, but we'll probably close that offer up at the end of this week. And also for people that wanted a split pay option, there wasn't one on the webinar live, but there is a split pay option now. It does cost a little bit more over time, but it's a 3-pay, so it gives you a bit more flexibility there. But it's still just way cheaper than anything else you go out there and get. Like I said, I pay $500 a month, more actually, just for one of my autoresponders with Aweber. But in saying that, let's get started with today's training here. So software as a service. Selling your software as a service is such a profitable way to market and make money online. The thing is with software is it really, like, not everyone knows about every software out there. First and foremost, there's billions of different software out there that are made for marketing purposes, but which ones get the best results? Now, then this is why I just love Profilemate and see how well this works with local marketing. I've even got some testimonials that have come in here that I'm going to share with you guys a bit later on, that from customers over the past week that have their own local businesses that have used Profilemate and are getting more clients through the door right away. But the beautiful thing about software as a service is that it's very little to no time investment, right? You just let the software do the work. It's affordable, it's consistent, it's very profitable, and it's very scalable. One of the biggest things I had a problem with when I had my local marketing firm was that I just didn't have enough time to really do all the work I needed to and be able to scale at the same time. Doing both of these things, like when you don't have time, that's when you start to hit bottlenecks, you know. And that's really how I even got into the software space, because there were so many things I hated doing myself that took so much time, that was so monotonous or boring, or I could see an opportunity but there's no way to take advantage of it versus doing it manually. And that's kind of what drove me into the software field of things. You know, people often say to me, Luke, you're a speaker, do you do e-commerce, are you an affiliate marketer, do you do this? And while I do all those things, I love just to create software that people in any of these industries can use to really push themselves forward in their business, right? So one, a client is can be very, very consistent, right? And the thing is, you'll find with a lot of when you go to local businesses, it's way easier to be a part of this industry now than it was when I first started. I got laughed at. People said Facebook was for kids. It's like MySpace. We don't need to be on it. All this stuff, right? It was a crazy time then. Now the landscape's totally different. Probably most people have been on social media. Most businesses are on social media. I think it's over 99% now of first world country businesses are on social media. But the flip side to it is that they probably tried some form of marketing online. They've tried something before, it hasn't got them results, and there might be a bit off it, right? Write me in the box if you have your own local marketing, other local marketing business, or you have your own local business, right? So you're either doing marketing for a local business, or you have your own physical offline business yourself, and you've got Profilemate to see how you can get more people or clients through the door. Okay, yeah, cool. Let's see. A lot of people that are doing this right now have their own offline business. So in saying that, probably you guys that have said yes to that have tried some form of marketing online, or you might have paid a firm. And I'm going to jump back over to this slide. So, and these are the problems. They have, right? And often the best thing I've always found is when you can address someone's problem without them having to address it for you. It makes a giant level of rapport building that is just really kind of it just really bridges that gap. You know, we're talking about the 6 personalization points last week when reaching out. The thing I find is just as powerful, if not more, is when you can connect with someone on problems that they would be facing right now. If you have a look at any of my sales pages, whenever I create something, I blatantly go out there and I just test it and test it and test it and get it in some of my customers' hands. I'll ask my friends, I'll ask different people randomly to give them a go, and then I will see what their main problems are. And it's usually the same things over and over and over, right? So it might have cost too much. It didn't yield the results. Sorry. Didn't yield the results. It didn't get the results from the effort put in. It might have been very inconsistent. It might have, all right, my keyboard today. Or maybe it's just my brain. I'm still recovering from this crazy launch week. But very inconsistent. So one month it might do well, other months it might their campaigns might not do well at all. The service costs may be too high, right? So I know I see this a lot of time when people do Facebook ads. They'll say, hey, I want to do Facebook ads for your business, and I'm going to charge you $2,000 a month plus whatever budget you want to put in to pay for the ads. And for a local business, they might not have $2,000 a month, or if they set it down there $2,500 a month that they decide they're going to put towards Facebook ads. Which really means if the person charging $2,000, there's only $500 that they can use for ads. So really, it's probably even just better for them just to give it a go themselves and put $2,500 and $100 in that go direct to ads and pay someone $2,000 plus $500 for an ad spend, right? So this is a problem. People get their pricing wrong. So I want to talk about that today as well. Service costs may be too high. And what other problems have you guys found? Let me know what problems you've had. Okay, and I've just read one here. Christopher says, just started my local marketing business, have my first client on a trial basis. Awesome. And we'll talk about trials in a minute as well, because trials are a really good way. Let me just see if I can expand this for you. They're a really good way to get people, there you go, to get people involved, to convert into an offer. And especially with Profilemate, you can really just deliver so much value in 1 or 2 days that they're going to want to keep on paying, right? Service cost maybe too high, and they just don't think their market uses social media to buy, right? So these are the big points I often hear. I've heard them in my time a couple of years ago when I was really just working so much with clients versus working with people like you guys. But these are probably going to be the same things that are around now. So in saying that, let's jump in to an offer, right? So the offer would be, sorry, 1 second. My phone's going up here. Hey, so I'm just on a webinar. I'll call you back in a second. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, so the offer would be Profilemate. I'm turning my phone off now. Offer would be Profilemate, and what can you do with Profilemate? Now, this is the very important part when you go into local businesses, and again, I'll show you how to find them and automate this process too. You want to not tell them you are using Profilemate initially with offer one. There's 2 different types of offers here that I would suggest giving to local businesses. And the beautiful thing about this as well is you don't need any other offers, because Profilemate alone is such a standalone product that local businesses will pay for. So you would basically just say what's on the sales page. We'll build you a list of all your competitors' fans. We'll segment out the most engaged users who want to be contacted. I will 50 to 150 emails per day. I'll find you influencers in your area, influencers or ambassadors, however you want to frame it. I'm going to make this text a bit smaller because we're just going through pages like no tomorrow here. Hopefully that's not too small for you guys. Let me know if that is too small. I'll find you influencers in your area. I will hate when that happens. Give you a list of your best fans of your own fan page. And then I will work exclusively for you, not your competition. And then what scarcity in the offer can you put in, right? You can say, so the scarcity would be, well, first of all, is that point above. I'll work exclusively for you, because even though that's a statement, people, when you show them what you can do, they're not going to want you to go anywhere else. They're going to be scared that they're going to then be really put on the back burner when you're helping someone else dominate their business with this type of offering. But pricing, that's another thing I wanted to say here as well. $497 to $997 a month. Now that is so cheap for a local business. And we'll talk about the best local businesses to go for as a client. Now, you can charge more than this, right? But this is if you're just getting started, you haven't really done much sales experience before, you haven't worked with local businesses, but this is a price bracket I would suggest working with. Again, because you have Profilemate and you guys are in the founding audience, you could literally charge like less if you wanted to and still make a lot of profit, right? If you make one client and you make over 47 bucks back, you've made your profit back. So, but again, I want you guys to be confident in understanding that the information you can get here is valuable, right? Again, like I said, like normally, if you get 150 emails a day on average, right? And again, I've got a really cool testimonial soon that I'll show you. One of our members, he said that number was so conservative because he was just getting insane amounts more. But let's just say it was, let's say 100 emails a day, right? And then at $5, right? At $5 an email, which is the average cost if you did a Facebook ad, often, that's $500 a day. Business would have to pay for building an email list through Facebook ads. Now, again, I just need to be so transparent with everything that I teach. Is that yes, when you pay for an email opt-in, that person is saying, yes, I want this. I want to know about this. With Profilemate and users on Instagram, they might not even know what it is that you're emailing them about, which is why the copywriting part is so important. And again, watch last week's webinar, and I can see people would like some more mail VO training. So I'll get Neil to come back on maybe next week if you guys would like that. Put yes in the box if you'd like Neil to come back on with me, and we can do some more training on the autoresponder side of things there as well. Cool. You guys are funny. Yeah, and Brian said some questions here. How do I find influencers unless you're best fans of your own page? So I'll show you that in a minute here, Brian, but we did cover that on last week's webinar. And Jason, he says, no, not really, not interested in Neil. So Jason, what I would suggest is rather than look at it as Neil, look at it as someone who owns a giant autoresponder company that really understands the best way, better than me. I think I know it pretty good, but understands how to ensure every single email gets into your inbox in the right place, not in the spam folder, building that relationship and getting the best deliverability. The reason he knows that is because he owns an autoresponder company, and I'm not afraid to say when I don't feel I'm the best, the absolute best at something, I won't teach it. I'll get someone to come in that is the absolute best. Or if I will train on it, I'll just train on what I know. And you know, I do so much work in so many fields and so many industries to try to give you guys the best information that I can. But you know, sometimes if someone spends every single day focusing purely on Shopify, then they are going to know more ins and outs about Shopify than me. But I ensure that I always get the best of the best to come and give that information. You know, not everyone's going to like it, everyone's presentation styles and whatnot, which is totally fine as well. Actually, imagine how boring the world would be if everyone just had the same interests, liked the same things, liked the same presentation style. There would be no individuality and it would suck. So yeah, but we'll get, I want you guys just to have the best information possible, right? So yeah, got some interesting ones here. Darren says never received the link for this webinar. Same link as this one, Darren. So if you're on this one, but yeah, so think about that. So say you got 10 clients at $1,000 a month. That's 10 grand a month. Let's say 1,000 clients at 10. Sorry, 1,000 bucks at 10 clients, 10K a month, 120K a year, right? Even if you did that, even if you have just five clients, right? Oh, sorry, so 5 clients, I should say, is that 1K a month. So there's some pretty big numbers just from getting 5 people, 5, right? So, and the thing that I find here as well is and you might have seen webinars in the past or being like, okay, I see that, but I just don't know how to get 5. And honestly, I will tell you now, that's 5 clients. If you are not getting hits after you've reached out to 50 people, there's something wrong about your pitch to them. So that's when you need to go back to the drawing board and have a think about why am I not getting traction? Because it's specifically with this tool as well, it's just something that it just makes sense and no local business would have seen it before. The beauty again of this is there's so many like local marketing services out there that are needed, but everyone does them. Facebook ads, content creation, content maintenance and scheduling, chatbots, all these different things that are quite common now. And again, they are needed, but they're a lot harder to sell because there's so much competition out there, which is great. Competition is great. But when you can offer something that's very unique and get them results on day one, like literally day one, they'll get results. It's just game changing for them when they can see that, right? So that would be the first offer, right? Now the second offer, and then we'll jump into Profilemate in a minute, do some examples, right? Profilemate. Oh, sorry, not that. Option 2, white label. So if you guys have picked up the white label version, put me in the box if you picked up the white label version. Put number 2 in the box if you haven't. Put number 3 in the box if you're like, what the hell's the white label version? Okay, we've got lots of 1s and 2s. Give me a second here. So if you do have it, it's on the left-hand corner over here, white label. This is a way that you can basically create license keys and sell that for the front-end product of Profilemate. And I actually haven't changed this over yet to be the updated post-launch version where the numbers are a lot less. So if you did want this, you can still get this now. But basically, what it allows you to do is, say they come in and you show them it and they love it and they go, yeah, but I don't have $500 a month. First of all, don't know if it's the right client for you guys on this webinar here. If they can't afford that right now, they'll often then come to you. What I personally found when clients don't have a couple $100 that they can chuck into marketing is that they're running really thin and they're going to put you as the last resort for their success. And then very shortly after, if they're not getting the results, they basically just blame it on you, which is annoying, but at the same time, if their business hasn't been working, there's a reason for that. So, and you know, in the past, I remember once I had this restaurant and they were dying, and I was like, look, I'll try to help you guys. And then I was marketing them, but I personally hadn't tried their food, and I went and tried their food, and it was just awful. It was just horrible. And I was like, okay, this is a bloody hard business to market. And then I started getting conscious, being like, do I even want to help market a business that really has bad food? Do I tell the owner his food shit? Or do I just stay quiet, right? It's pretty interesting experience, that one. That was for sure. But anyway, say they go, okay, look, yeah, we understand it, but we don't want any marketing firms from the outside working with our business and this and that, blah, blah, blah. Or say they go, look, it sounds good, but right now we're not interested. It's always good to have a backup plan. Now, this is also good as well if you're charging a lot more. Say you wanted to charge $3,000 a month for your personal Profilemate service. If you're confident with selling, you know you can get it over the line at a higher price point that takes a bit more convincing and whatnot, then do that and then keep this as a backup plan if they say no. I always say it's good to have a multiple range of arsenals in your toolbox, so different options that you can then give to a business rather than just one size fits all example, right? So option 2, white label. This is where you can basically, you can see I've got 49 keys left. So basically I've used myself as an example last week. I can go download extension, and this gives me a unique VIP member. You can see in this dashboard here, even over in the screenshot, there's a little Profilemate, the little VIP member tab in the top left corner of that screenshot that removes our Profilemate logo, right? So this is a way that you can then sell license keys, rent license keys, give license keys, whatever it is, to local businesses as if you have built this software, because there is zero Profilemate branding. You send that to them, so then they can do the work themselves with Profilemate. However, we've just called it VIP member here. And then all you need to do from your side is chuck in the Instagram account of the client that they will be using in their Chrome browser. That then connects it, ensures that not anyone can just download this plugin from Google Chrome and get access to the software. You need to actually add the username in your admin dashboard here, and then you can just revoke them, you can give them, you can rent them, whatever you want to do. It's all here for you. So this gives them access to the front end product, right? And if you guys have the upgrade supercharged searches, which by the way, I'm also getting a few more options for increased numbers than the one and only one we have there currently. But if you didn't have maxed out on those supercharged searches, you can always just pick it up again. But it does refresh every single month for you. But if you wanted more, right now you can just pick up the same upgrade again in order to just add a bunch more searches on there for you. Basically, we rent IPs per package of that, so there's a monthly cost to us, which is annoying because I always love just to do everything absolutely one time, investment only. But obviously, it's a broken business model for me if I'm paying, like right now, I think I'm paying about 15, 20 grand a month purely in IP addresses for you guys. So I need to ensure I can sustain that and give you guys a good service, and then pay 50% to affiliates and all of this crazy stuff, right? Anyway, white label. So say this is what I would then charge half of what your main offer costs, because this is something you can then just go, hey, okay, I understand it might not be for you right now, the funds might not be there, whatever it might be, but what I'm going to do is give you this, give you a chance to do this yourself. I'm going to give you a license key to this software that I built. I'm going to give it to you for 3 days so you can actually trial it yourself. If you'd like to continue after that, it's just going to be say $297 a month, $197 a month, $97 a month, whatever you want to charge for it, and you get to keep 100% of those profits, right? So I thought that's pretty cool. Brian says here as well, are you suggesting we sell white label software on a monthly subscription? Won't they eventually figure out that it's Profilemate and just buy it from you? No. Well, that's the beauty of white label. And I've done this for years and years and years, and you'll see many marketers doing this as well, is that local businesses, first and foremost, they purely, like their pure mindset is that they need to run their business. They're not marketers, they're butchers, they're surgeons, they're lawyers, they're real estate agents. They're not marketers in 99.9% of cases, right? They just want to get more people through their door. And usually they're exhausted by the end of the day to even think about how can they then build an email list and go to their competitors and use social media and all that stuff. Secondly, they won't know it's Profilemate because there's no Profilemate branding in the license keys here, right? It's called VIP member with a VIP logo. Profilemate doesn't exist in this actual app here. There's no training tab in this or anything like that. Then when they get into it, they will then want to upgrade because they see the results that it provides. It's literally just a no-brainer. They're going to want to upgrade for you to do the service to get more leads and more results for them with the supercharged searches because they've seen it works. The biggest thing people are scared about when they actually put money out into a business for marketing purposes is that they're afraid that it's going to get burnt and they're not going to get a return, which is silly. Well, it depends, I guess. Like, I think it's silly not spending money on marketing when marketing is the only thing that's going to get your business out there. It's the only thing that's going to get more people to come to you, right? It's how people get to you in the first place, if it's word or mouth or if it's radio, whatever it is, right? But it's about bridging that gap of helping people understand, and people understand email now, right? People understand text messaging, right? People understand what these things are. So when you can say, I can help you with these on a mass scale, whereas if you're just pitching a purely an Instagram product or an Instagram service offering, a butcher or a surgeon might not be aware of how important it is to be on Instagram, right? But they understand it's important to get in front of the people that want their product or service. So yeah. Andrew says, I don't understand why it's so cheap for a local client to access Profilemate. Andrew, I'm not quite sure. Again, you can charge whatever you want for a local client, right? You can charge whatever you want. So it's not cheap to access Profilemate if you're selling it as a service with white label. unless you make it cheap. I'm not really sure what your answer is there. So that's the other option there, right? So if you did the same thing, you would just halve these numbers here, and then you're doing literally zero work at all, but it's pretty it's just a very profitable way to do it. So what I want to do actually now, I want to actually jump in to a live into some live examples of your businesses here, right? So what I'm going to do quickly is just put a 3-minute timer up. I'm just going to run upstairs, fill up my water bottle. I want you guys to put in the chat box your actual niches, like what business you either have or what areas you're looking for. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do some live examples on that. I'm going to cover what niches I think you should go out and have a look at, and I'm going to show you some other pretty cool things inside of Instagram that are going to help. Maybe I'm going to do 4 minutes because I don't want, it's not going to be that long, I can guarantee it, but I've just got to run upstairs real quick, fill my water up, and but go ahead and write those things down now, and I'll be back in a couple of seconds. Thank you, guys. All right. Oh, beat it by a minute and a bit. Look at that. Oh, sorry guys, it's just, I know when my voice starts to get dry, it just starts to sound horrible for you guys. So let's go back into some examples here. So your local businesses are going, let's just put some niches here, right? Let's say your niches. I'll keep this document over the coming weeks as well, because again, I know I said there's 5 like founding VIP training student webinars, but you know, I normally just keep on doing these all year. As long as you guys are engaged and want me to do them, I just keep on training for as much as I can for you guys. So let's go. So this is what you guys have said. Roofers, tree removal business, martial arts, fitness, real estate agents, financial services, solar panel cleaner, Restaurants. University students. Hold on, it's weird. Oh wait, there we go. The timer's beeping at me. University students. Let's see what else we got. Dentists. There's heaps of them, and this is cool. Look at all these cool niches you guys are in. We've got auto detailing, men's health, sexual and well-being. Oh my gosh, some of these are. Someone says adult diaper changing. So I don't know if that's a real business you're in. That would be a very hard business to figure out who has adult diapers. But if you are serious, I can think about it. You know, I'm always down for a challenge on how to market the best. You know, I'm never going to say no to figuring out something out for my customers. But yeah, funerals. Home care assistance. Family law, florists, RV living. Look at you guys. This is cool. Gym owners. Dog and cat rescue. Now, I hope these are the industries that you're in and not just saying local businesses that are out there, right? But because I want to give real live examples of your businesses, not just today, but ongoing as well. Dog grooming. And then Leonard says, does a bakery. Leonard says, does the pandemic affect marketing? Look, pandemics affect everything in the world, right? But the thing is, you just need to look at where the movement is going. People's like, what if there's something happens in the world, a crisis happens, a natural disaster, whatever it might be, how does it affect the world and what are people's needs and wants? This is like you can see the people in the e-commerce space that took advantage of this. And I personally, it doesn't sit well with me. But when people are buying crazy amounts of masks and stuff back in the day, well, not back in the day, back at the start of the pandemic, when they were sold out everywhere, when hospitals couldn't get them, and they were selling them online for a crazy profit, right? I had probably 4 people come to me that said they can get access to crazy amounts. And I know there were scams and stuff, people saying this stuff, but these are people that I know that could, like one guy, he even has a warehouse, and I was like, okay, all right, that's pretty bad in my mind. I think you should just donate that to the hospitals here, right? So I'm just eating a bit of food as well. CBD drops. That's good one. But yeah, sorry, back to the point about the masks. They were selling the masks during this pandemic because there's a need for it out of nowhere, but people were not getting the masks. The people that needed the masks the most weren't getting them, or like the hospitals weren't getting their outfits they wear to protect them and all of this stuff, right? But these people bought so much of them and then were just reselling them online for crazy prices. So I don't think that's the best idea. Things like that, when something happens, don't think about how you can profit off someone else's loss. I think that's just a bad karma situation waiting to happen. I've always found in my life, whenever I provide value and do things that are good for other people, that don't put others that need something in a bad or worse position or dangerous position, then life's pretty good after that usually. Good question here from Stuart. He says, have you sold to local businesses without using white label? What you do this when you do the service for them? Yeah, 100% have. 100% have. That's why I teach this. Everything that I teach you guys, I've done. I don't just do something or just presume something. I actually like do it to ensure you guys get results. Otherwise, I think there's a reason why I'm the #1 vendor on JVZoo, and have been in the past for a couple of years, because I just ensure my customers get training and products that get results. So yes, I definitely, anything I teach you guys, I would have done. But in saying that though, if I'm teaching about CBD drops or about funerals and how to use Profilemate, I haven't done it for those niches, for example, but the process would be the same. So let's go into some examples of that. Let's have a look at some of these ones that stand out for me. I saw someone here that says gym owners, right? So let's go gym owners first and foremost, because I'm thinking about business, and I will go through all of these, and I'll do videos after the webinar as well on this, but let's start with gym owners. So inside of Profilemate, I'm also going to go Gold Coast Gym Instagram, right? That's the way I would start, first and foremost. Gold Coast where I live, gym, Instagram. So instantly, I'm provided a bunch of different gyms here where I live. So I'm going to open a few of these up first. So World Gym Surface here, that's one. We got Gold Coast Health and Fitness, doesn't really look like a booming page at all. This one's down. Empire Fitness here, 11,000. So what I'd do first and foremost is get a couple of these, and I would start searching these ones directly. I would then also on Instagram click down, and then I instantly got, I've got World Gym Cooma, I've got World Gym Ashmore, World Gym Burley. People that probably go to these gyms, right? Let's have a look at this one over here. And then I can instantly start searching, not just other competitor gyms, but fitness people that it's recommended here. Because if I go back to the start here, let's have a look on this one over here. Looking at these people, I'm wondering if these people go to the gym if they're up on the Gold Coast. See Brisbane, that's near me. This guy doesn't say where he's from, but you can start doing a bit of research on other people that you can then scan their followers for, right? So that's the way I would start here. So let's use this example, World Gym Surface. Go to Profilemate. I would then type in follower following, World Gym Surface, boom, and we're off. So you can instantly see that anyone that would follow this local business would be from that specific area, right? They're not going to follow a local gym page unless they go to that gym. And another way I'd find these pages, I say gyms on the Gold Coast, and I can then go to these places option here, and all these different places will have, these are all different gyms here on the Gold Coast, right? So I can then search to see if they have Instagram, right? So I can even have, let's have Urban Muay Thai, right? Let's have a look up here. Let's see, and on websites, they will often have social media signals. Here, follow us. So here's a page right away on the Gold Coast of a Muay Thai place. It's not a gym, but it might be the same people that want to come to the gym. I can then look down here and find other pages related to that. Now think about, if you're a gym, what are people interested in? Fitness. So what are other things that people would be doing that are related, that are into fitness, that live in your area, right? For me, like I know I play tennis, so you could start thinking about what sports are out there. So think about what complexes. I know I played at a place called KDV Sports. And so this is a page that would have people that follow this page because they play tennis. They might want a gym membership too, right? Let's just see some other examples here. Martial arts, we almost just covered that example just then, like pretty, what I would do there is I would type in like the biggest martial artists. Again, if it's a local business, type in not just your martial arts, type in like, I don't know, say you teach karate, but you might want to search for people that do taekwondo, or that might do jiu-jitsu, or you might want to be thinking about like, who is your market? Is it children? Is it families? Is it professionals? Is it people that just want to have fun? If it's people that just want to have fun, go out and have a look at some of the different social basketball teams in your area. A lot of them have their own Instagram pages. Think about the social sports and social activity side. Find one page that has a social aspect to it, and then use the little drop-down feature inside of Profilemate, and you're good to go. Let's see some other ones here. Home care assistants. That's an interesting one. So I guess the questions you need to ask yourself with this type of stuff is questions. And I wrote this down last week. Who is your market? If you haven't watched these videos in the basic training series, go ahead and watch them. Who is your market? What do they want to gain? So everything in marketing is about what does the other person want to gain, and how do we then deliver that to them? Is it more time, money, health, wealth, travel, romance? Whatever it is, you need to know what it is that the other person wants, right? And then you can match what you can provide them with one of their wants or needs. From there, think about what competitors are out there, right? Because when you have competitor pages, you can search them. Now, what I would also do inside of Profilemate, if you have the supercharged searches, and again, we can only do this, offer this is because it does a lot more searching per, I guess, the requests needed for hashtags and locations. If you just want to search everyone from a specific location, right? I could say back to the gym example. Say I wanted to find people that have physically gone to a local gym. I could type in, say, World Gym Burley. World Gym Burley, boom, right. That's actually going to show me people that have been to World Gym Burley. I could type in fitness first, mermaid. Fitness First Australia, there we go. Fitness First, and it's Fitness First. Fitness First, Webinar. So say it's Fitness First Australia here, right? That's gonna search for me everyone that's checked into the Fitness First Australia brand. Now, this will actually help you in two ways. When you use this location search, you can search people that have physically been to a location, even if that place doesn't have Instagram, right? So say you have found gyms that are in your area, but they might not have an Instagram account. People would still be going to that gym just because they don't have Instagram doesn't mean they're not going there, right? So this is a way where people actually check into a specific location with this little check-in option. Again, I'll show you what that looks like in Instagram. So I typed in Beverly Hills. So you can see here, we've got Beverly Hills, their location tag here, but let's say hotel. So up the top here, we've got the actual page, but here's a check-in page. So these people aren't posting from the Beverly Hills account. These are people that have checked in and posted a photo saying this is where it was taken at. So these are all people, they may or may not be following the Beverly Hills page, but this is a way we can actually use this location section to find users and then get the details to then reach out, right? So we can use that for actual physical places and just for areas in general. Say I wanted to just, I don't know, Surfers Paradise, which is a suburb down the road from me. Surfers Paradise. So now it's going to search anyone that's posted a photo at Surfers Paradise ever. Or I could say the beach, or I could say Top Golf, or wherever I wanted to say. That will then get me details of people that are in a specific area, right? The thing is with that is if you're just doing if I'm just doing Gold Coast, your personalization points when you reach out to them have to be about something to do with the Gold Coast or through the other information you find from the actual scan itself. So that's that option there. Now also, if you have the supercharged searches from hashtags, this section here is going to allow you to then really think outside the box as well with location. Say I typed in hashtag Gold Coast business, maybe Gold Coast business, right? I could type in Gold Coast business and I can see different businesses on the Gold Coast. Let's do that. It's going to search through all the posts of people that have done the word hashtag Gold Coast business. These people are probably going to be business owners, right? They're probably going to be business owners because they're doing hashtag Gold Coast business. So me doing local marketing, I'm building myself some leads here of people that I can then offer my services to that are in my area. So this Profilemate doesn't just work for clients, it's going to work for you to find clients, right? Also, one thing I should say, let me just go ahead and go to, let me just show you an example here. I'm just going to quickly just go, I don't know, just to quickly show you this here. Here we've got the option, is it a business account? So say I wanted to go through, and I normally just select it anyway because I want to get all accounts, but once I go ahead and hit search, it's going to go extract right away. But here I can say, is it a business account? If I click yes, then it's only going to get me details of users of any, say I scan the entire Gold Coast where I live, right? On the Profilemate, I go locations, Gold Coast. I then only want to find or be shown business accounts from people on the Gold Coast. That means I can then click yes, click download here, the conditional data, and it will only give me the information and then say selected yes as well to that, yes to email. It'll give me only business accounts with emails, which means I can reach out to businesses on a mass scale with personalization points because I'm from the Gold Coast, I know where they're from, I know their own business, so on and so forth. And then I can offer them a service with Profilemate, right? But I don't tell them that it's Profilemate. I tell them that we're going to do it inside our business here at Social Media Mansion or whatever it might be. So on and so forth, right? How would you approach people? Just like that. I would just reach out and with those personalization points. And you know what I think I'm going to do next week as well. Next week I might cover e-commerce or affiliate marketing. Write e-commerce or affiliate marketing what you'd like to see next week. But I'm also next week want to cover copywriting because I think it's important to really go through that again. But I want to prepare a lot of examples for you guys of the rights and wrongs to give you guys the best proper webinar on that one there. Ram, I showed you that on the webinar last week. Let me just see if I can find that webinar replay link one more time. I think it was nilvio.com/profilemate. Yeah. Oh, no, that was the checkout page. Let me just go. I'll find what the replay link was real quick. Hold on. Just finding it. Copy. What is it? Copy link address. Oh, it's never easy. I'm going to send it over here in the chat box over here, but I'll make sure to put it in the replay as well. Again, this is just the that there. I just copied it out of an email, but let me just see if it. Oh yeah, mailvo.com/profilemate. There we go. And again, there's options down there. There's two options as well. And again, there's 50K warm-up IP, is 50K audience, even though it says 25 on the. Yeah. So if you watch this replay, it goes for quite a bit, but there is the exclusive. This is 50K, not 25K, so don't worry about that. I know it says 25K here too, but it will be 50K. Neil changed that live. We already had this page set up, but I'll get them to update it here. But you will get that plus the bonuses with that autoresponder if you choose that one. Again, if you don't use this one, just make sure you have checked with the autoresponder in their facts if you can use cold leads. But again, Malvio is I worked for quite some time to ensure I could get you all an insane deal on that. So check that out there. Gilbert says, are these bad niches to get into? No niches are bad niche to get into, especially if you're getting started. But niches that are good, I would say, are surgeons, lawyers, restaurants, like more high-class restaurants. Think about who has money to spend. It's better to have less clients that can pay more money than more clients with less money, in my opinion. And it's easier to do as well when you have a product that gets them actual results. People have also asked about the Loop giveaway section. That if you click in the actual training area, it's the last video in the basic training. Last video, there's a free course of one of my high ticket courses for Loop competitions there. So you can check that out there. On my YouTube as well, I've done some bunch of replays or webinars on that there as well. How would I approach selling solar panels? Let's finish on this one. This is pretty creative, right? So first and foremost, we need to find people that own houses. So I would then instantly go looking at real estate agents, right? And the reason for that is when I can look at real estate agents, let me just change this back over. When I go to real estate, people that follow real estate agents, a lot of the time, the majority of them are going to be homeowners, really. Where are we? There we go. So let's go to, so one of my friends here, let's say Ray, let's just type in Ray White, big real estate company here in Australia. Instantly, all of these people are going to be real estate agents, right? Ray White Group, let's see what they've got. Now this is searching the profile itself. These people here are either going to be real estate agents or they're going to be actual homeowners. But because this is the Ray White Group, I'd probably say a lot of them are just going to be agents. So what we want to do is actually find people, the actual agent profile themselves, right? So look at this. This person's from Ray White. These followers are probably going to be, a lot of them are probably going to be homeowners, right? So that's one thing. Another thing I would say doing as well, if you want to do hashtags, go hashtag homeowner. Gold Coast, right? 41 people here have done a hashtag on homeowner Gold Coast. First home, right? Think about that as in one area by doing hashtags. The other option would be typing in your location if you have the supercharged searches functionality. So I'll go back into Profilemate. Sorry, guys. From locations, I would say Gold Coast. All right, that's my whole city. I would start searching my whole city. And then what I would do when I reach out, I would then do an email that something along the lines of, hey guys, or hey name, personalization point. I came across your Instagram and I love the content that you're posting. Start building a rapport. I live in the Gold Coast too, and I've recently and I own my own solar panel company here. I just wanted to know if you own your own home, or if you're ever interested in ensuring that you save the most money from your electricity bill and creating an asset for your house. That you can let us know, because we are the best, the this, the that, but push your benefits, and then chuck in your Instagram handle as well and say, pleasure for connecting with you. If you want any more information on this, you can check it out here. Or you can say, we're also doing free inspections. So even if not you, but one of your friends might want one, you can just send them this link here. And then anyone that opts into that link is then you're able to then follow up with from there. But again, make sure you be personal and connect with that audience in the right way. So that's a cool example there. And yes, the webinar replay of this will be coming out later today. So we've been on today for about an hour and 20 minutes. I didn't want this one to be as long as last week, so I'm going to finish this one up here. But next week I'll probably cover more of. I might even cover local marketing, affiliate marketing, and e-com together. I might do a bit more, maybe a 2-hour one next week, along with some copywriting and actually doing emails out then. So that sounds good. Also, the Malvio offer is going to be open the way it is until the end of the weekend. You'll still be able to get it after that. It'll just be a bit more expensive. And I will send my bonuses out later in the week, probably on Sunday as well, just when we close it up, just so I can get the full list of buyers and get you guys set up. And aside from that, I appreciate you all, and I hope you have a great day. I have a couple of prizes I need to pay out still from last week's webinar. I haven't forgot, so we'll get on to that. And it's just been insane. After a launch out, there's a lot of loose ends you need to tie up, paying prizes, doing all these little bits and pieces, but I don't forget them. I'll get them done. So I appreciate you all. And I will see you again next week. All right. So have a great day, guys. And again, Andrew, I sent the link to the last webinar replay out an email. I spoke about it on this webinar. I'm putting it in the chat box in this webinar. I've said the name of the domain for last week's webinar out live on this webinar here as well. I even pulled it up. Oh my God. I even pulled it up on the screen here as well before. So you're going to have to watch the replay if you've missed all of that so far, my friends. So I appreciate you all, guys, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.